Yolanda Adams is a 5-time Grammy winner who is often referred to as the Queen of Contemporary Gospel Music, thanks to her contribution to gospel music. She is a singer and record producer with experience in acting and hosting her own morning gospel show. She's an artist who has connected with people from all walks of life, which has made her a prominent figure in entertainment. Born Yolanda Yvette Adams on the 27th of August, 1961, she was born and raised in Houston, Texas. She's the eldest of 6 siblings and was brought up in a religious household. Because of this, she spent much of her youth in church, noting that as a young child, she even invented an imaginary friend named Hallelujah. From as young as 4 years old, she was singing solo in her church, influenced by classical gospel music like James Cleveland and the Edwin Hawkins Singers. Although the church provided the foundations for her music, her family home was also filled with an eclectic mix. Here she was inspired by jazz and classical music, combined with secular R&B, along with her own mother, who was a piano player. Tragically, her father passed away when she was 13, and soon after his death she found solace in the gospel choir, the Southeast Inspirational Choir. Despite her powerful voice that allowed her to stand out in the choir, she had not considered music as a career. Instead, she found herself becoming a school teacher whilst pursuing a dream of being a fashion model, working part-time in the modeling industry. However, in 1980, all of this would change. Her spotlight moments in the gospel choir gave her the opportunity of a solo part on the choir's 1980s single, My Liberty, which achieved some success. However, it wasn't until 6 years later that she was approached by gospel producer and composer Thomas Whitfield, who heard her voice on the song. He immediately set about recording her vocals. Adams' soprano vocal delivery was the element that really appealed to her audience. Secular singers such as Whitney Houston and Anita Baker, who I've made videos about too, all influenced her sound. But throughout her career, she has always stayed close to her roots in the church. Her songs are contemporary, yet express religious messages through her lyrics. Adams has always been a big part of the songwriting and production process, which is why her music has such a distinctive sound, combining her love for contemporary and religion. Although she was known as the First Lady of Modern Gospel, her songwriting and impressive vocals have led her down multiple paths, exploring jazz music and urban contemporary. Her debut album would be released in 1987 when she signed with Sound of Gospel, titled Just As I Am. However, it wouldn't be until 3 years later, in 1990, that she would finally achieve real success when she signed with a new label, Tribute Records. Over the course of the next 7 years, she would release 4 albums. Her first release was Through the Storm, a record that became well established in both gospel and jazz formats. She followed a year later with her album Save the World, which featured Adams' signature single, Battle is the Lord's. More Than Melody was released in 1995 and was her first real taste of mainstream popularity, as her single, Gotta Have Love, also featured a music video garnering success. This release acknowledged her direction into a secular urban contemporary sound. Her new style earned her a Grammy nomination while winning a Soul Train Lady of Soul award. This album established her as an artist with amazing vocal flexibility, incorporating elements of jazz and even rap music. She received airplay on radio stations that were tailored to jazz and urban contemporary genres. And not only was she sonically steering in a different direction, but visually she was experimenting too. A nod to her fashion model experience, she began changing the face of gospel music and embraced modern clothing and imagery, breaking the gospel stereotype. This album offered Adams numerous opportunities. Refusing to forget her roots, she also became the national spokesperson for a youth outreach program, reflecting on her time as a school teacher, and attended schools to confront the situation of deprived children and young adults. She would even go on to create her own charity, the Voice of an Angel Foundation, to help underprivileged youths. Songs from the Heart would be her last release with her record label, offering the single Only Believe, which was well received on contemporary radio. This album was a collection of covers of 10 classic church songs, exploring a modern recreation, fusing together jazz, R&B, and hip-hop. Her popularity only continued to rise when in 1999 she released Mountain High, Valley Low on new label Elektra Records. This became her major mainstream breakthrough. The production featured several popular artists and producers and was so well received that Adams took home a Grammy Award for Best Contemporary Soul Gospel Album. She even had the opportunity to perform at the White House with her song The Salute to Gospel Music. 2001 saw the release of Believe, an album that experimented in R&B, a braver sound than what she had previously been known for. This again would attract multiple audiences, fusing together different styles and genres. It would be 4 years until she released another album, this time a record titled Day by Day. It became more successful than Mountain High, Valley Low, charting the Billboard 100 and Billboard R&B Albums chart. It earned Adams 2 more Grammy nominations, winning Best Gospel Song for Be Blessed. This album also featured Victory, which was notably used in the Christian drama film The Gospel, and went on to win a Grammy Award. By 2007, she had collated enough recognition in the industry to release a greatest hits album titled Best of Me, released under Atlantic Records. Adams later signed with Columbia Records, and after a Christmas release, she began a career as a radio host. She launched the Yolanda Adams Morning Show, which was aired across 26 radio markets. She played a range of music from artists like Mariah Carey to John Mayer, offering an alternative morning show for people of faith. Following this, she launched her 11th studio album in 2011, titled Becoming. It gained brilliant success, holding the number 4 spot on the Billboard Gospel Songs. It also received multiple awards while winning Best Gospel Artist for the 4th time. Yolanda Adams has been an icon in the gospel music scene, establishing herself as an inspiring live performer. Her 1996 album, Yolanda, Live in Washington, was a testament to this, furthering her reputation as an uplifting vocalist. Determined to embrace people from all over society, she has brought them together through her songs and spirituality. Her astounding vocals have connected her audience while honoring all her musical influences. Adams has expressed her passion for gospel and her desire to sing songs that touch people, allowing them to relate to different life experiences. She has spent much of her career collaborating with producers, artists, singers, and musicians to create this unity between her fans and her music. You can check out the Carliv Spotify to listen to the original tracks of the artist. It's a curated playlist with the most popular songs.